Hello, welcome to another interesting episode of Grace Corner. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Adirayo Adeyemi, but you can call me Ray. I'm a certified clinical counselor, family and marriage therapist, and a relationship coach. I'm passionate and committed to help singles, married and families resolve their mental or emotional challenges. So here at Grace Corner, it's a talk show where we discuss topics relating to family, marriage, relationship, love, life, sex, children, mental health, and so on. So on today's episode, we'll be discussing support system. Have you ever seen a couple whereby you're like surprised on what has become of them when they go from, oh, I love you, to, oh, I'm not doing it again? Yes. So in today's episode of Grace Corner Talk Show, we'll be discussing the support system. In my corner with me today is a friend, a colleague, a grandpa, and a young man's body. Welcome, Pastor Tooks. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Ray. Glad to be here.
Thank you for honoring our invitation, Pastor Tooks.
Thank you too. I'm glad to be here.
So you look smashing and dashing. Can you tell us the secrets?
Wow, those words are just too much for me. But what I can tell you is there's no secret anywhere concerning my look. It's just the grace of God.
The grace of God. Yes, I know the grace of God. We all enjoy the grace of God, but there is a secret, like there is a mama somewhere that is making the papa glow.
Oh, for real?
Yes,
yes,
for real.
Of course. God has blessed me actually with a beautiful, wonderful wife.
Wow.
Yeah, she's also a pastor, Mrs. Wonola Adetaya.
Oh, that's good. How long have you been married, sir?
This is our 35th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure people would love to hear more about how the journey has been so far.
Why not? It's good to share testimonies. It's good to tell people how God has been good to you, how God has kept you till today, so that everyone can benefit out of it.
Definitely.
At every opportunity, I'm available to let go what you call the secret.
But sir, can you share with us just maybe in a little way how the journey has been so far?
So far, it's been wonderful. To the glory of God, it's been a smooth journey for us, actually.
That's good.
If you obey the word, God will cause situations to obey you. All right? So because we complied with the guidance, with the law, with the instructions, lines are falling in pleasant places for us. So we started young, like any other person, and I will always repeat it, we obeyed. Obeyed our parents, obeyed instructions, did what we were supposed to do, and we just continued like that. Things were happening. Once you do this, the consequences will be there. And because we are trying as much as possible to do good things, good consequences have been following us.
That's good to know, sir. I hope maybe after this show you'll be able to enlighten me more. So today's episode, we'll be discussing support system. You know, we had a discussion the other time in the last meeting, and you mentioned or you spoke about your story so far, and that actually inspired me. And then I feel there are people out there that need to learn from you, people that need to be inspired by what you've done so far, how you've been able to commit and how you've been able to support the home so far. Not just you now from Mama, maybe some other time we'll have you and Mama on the show so you can talk more on it. So sir, in your own view, what do you understand support system to be now in the context of marriage?
Okay, if you talk about support system, I want you to allow me to split the two words,
Okay, sir.
support and system. Let's look at support first. Support is the help that you provide to your spouse to fulfill desired goals while maintaining mental and psychological balance.
Whoa.
Okay? Now, support adds value to your spouse and helps to self-actualize.
And sorry, sir, you said support add value to your spouse. And you know, there's something that I could pick from that if your spouse is happy, like if your support is adding value to your spouse, indirectly you are adding value to yourself.
That's very correct.
Okay, sir.
And what you also need to know about support. So let's look at 3 forms of support. The first one is physical, second one is emotional, the third one is financial. So under physical, support is that help that you provide to make up for the deficit in the resources and capabilities of your spouse. Whatever is missing, when you add it, you are supporting your spouse. For example, let's look at your wife, busy in the kitchen, cooking, and suddenly the gas will go off. If you're around and you walk out of the house to connect back the gas cylinder, that's a physical action. You are supporting her. If you were not there, or if you were there and you didn't do anything, she will have to leave whatever she was doing. She will have gone out to do that. So physically you can provide help. Or when she is a little bit indisposed, you can even do the chores for her. You can, like someone like me, I know how to cook beans. So you can just help her in the cooking and other things in the house, physical help. Now, the other one, emotional. Oh my God, you are there. You are doing nothing. Probably you are watching your football game and your wife is so busy in the kitchen, busy with the children, busy scrubbing. And all you gotta do is just touch her and give her words of affirmation to encourage her. Give her approval, appreciation, validation. So those things are also support systems, all right? What about finance? Finance is another support in a marriage. Finance can be in form of gifts. Finance can be used to sponsor your spouse or just simply to support when there is a deficit. For example, your husband is doing a project and he's short of funds. The wife could just support him with whatever she can, and the guy will definitely appreciate it. So that's another form of support. But I've been talking about support. You want to know about support system.
Yes.
Okay? Support system now is a network of facilities and people that combine to provide help. Which means it's not just the human support.
Okay.
It also includes facilities, equipment, kitchen utensils, technology, robots. In these days, robots, and even cars, they are all support systems.
Okay.
When you talk about human support in the support system network, the husband or the wife is the first. Then you can talk about siblings living in. That's our system. Then you can talk about house help, paid, housemates, drivers. They are part of the support system that you put in place so that your marriage can at least be blissful, easy for both of you. I've been careful not to say this goes for the man, this goes for the woman, because it can go either way.
Okay.
All right?
Sorry, sir. Sorry to cut you. What if they don't have the financial capacities to employ all those people you mentioned, like the driver, the maid, and the others?
Fine, that's very fine. Rome is not built in a day.
Sure.
When we started, we were just two of us. We didn't need money for housemaid, money for this, money for that. We didn't even need driver. Why do you want to interfere with our love talk in the car? So we didn't need that. However, as the marriage is growing, we too were growing our work. So as more responsibilities are coming, more funds are also coming along with it. So if you are demanding my time, there should be something to compensate for it. So in the office, I became manager, senior manager. Therefore, more of my time is being used on the job. Then I have more income, more support from the office, which I transfer to the house. So don't be afraid you don't have money. And money is not everything. The system includes humans and materials.
Okay, you mentioned something. You said if you're demanding my time, then you should have something to support with it, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking from the home aspect now, from the office?
From the office.
Okay.
Whatever is taking my time, which I should have spent with my wife, with my family, should be paid for, should be compensated for. Otherwise, it's a waste of life. Time is life. Not only money. People say time is money, and time is life. Life is measured in ages, years. Years is made up of months. Months made up of hours. So every second you spend on your phone, be mindful of who you are spending your life with. Okay? So that's why I said anything that takes my time should actually compensate for it.
So has there been any time that you had to inconvenience yourself just to make your family happy?
It's part of marriage. You've got to sacrifice. Responsibility comes with sacrifice. So you've got to sacrifice, you've got to endure, you've got to persevere. There's pain and there is gain. They all come together in a package. Okay? When people hear my story, you will see sacrifice as a bedrock on both sides. I'm just about 3 years ahead of my wife in age, and it translates into work, into everything like that. So I started working before her. While she was just a fresh graduate, I was already working 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So we had to operate joint account, financed by only me. Okay? Joint in such a way that either of us could sign the check. You don't need the second person.
Oh.
I used to travel out. So why would she starve of funds? So she could go into the account and take whatever she wanted. Now, I worked in an engineering consulting firm. When she just finished graduation, she joined a very lucrative, organized, big international company. Now, I was ahead in size of salary, so I was the boss. No sooner than she got her employment, she overtook me.
Wow.
In salary. Suddenly her salary became fatter.
Ooh.
Guess what? Those salaries were also going back into the same joint account, which she was drawing from when she was not paying into it. So I sacrificed at a stage. Now you can see how it has balanced out. She now started sacrificing in it. At a particular time along the journey, I had to sacrifice my business.
Wow.
My business for her growth and self-actualization.
How?
All right, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
I told you that she works with an international big organization. So they gave her an opportunity to travel out as an expatriate. I had my business, a construction firm. contracts were coming in, and here we are to balance the two. Company with contracts, company with future. And by the grace of God, I've learned that it's not only the present that matters, but the future. So there is potential in the future. So we both weighed my opportunities and her opportunities. And we sacrificed mine. And so we, the entire family, supported her, support system, supported her, and we went with her. We left Nigeria, left everything. 4 years we were away. And of course, at the early stages, I was her driver, I was the cook, because he had to go to work. And it's a foreign land. You can't employ anyone. So I had to make sure the house is cool, drop the children at school. Everything had to run. Isn't that sacrifice?
It is.
But now, you see us, how many years? Is it 35 years? You know? So it's been like that.
So a lot of people will ask how many years, and when you tell them 35 years, and they will see that, oh, the spark is still there for you coming that long, but they never sit down to think of the sacrifice you've made in all those years. So what you're saying now is that the support has to be from both ends, right?
Yes, very much.
Okay, so nowadays, men believe that when they go into a relationship now, maybe when they're married now, they don't have to do more than the financial aspects. So what are the things, or what motivated you to be that support system in all aspects that concerns this marriage?
Okay, we need to remind ourselves.
Okay.
Let me speak like man to man.
Okay.
Now, very often, help system is assumed in marriage. Sometimes it is implied in the vows that we make, but hardly is it expressed in the bond itself. Therefore, people just imagine it is going to happen naturally. But men must realize that you have to take it up as a responsibility that God has committed this marriage into your hand, and it must not fail. You have the responsibility. You are the primary person that God will hold responsible. So if your wife needs help, you have to provide it. There is no limit to what you're gonna do to make sure that your marriage survives. So you have to be intentional in making your decisions. And you have to sacrifice, give it all it takes. Support will just be part of what you are committed into in your vows, which were not expressed actually, but implied. So we need to unlearn what our older parents taught us. For example, in their own time, farmers needed a kind of support, but corporate officers need another type of support. Both of you are corporate in this 21st century. So you have to help each other. That's why if you look at the system, there is human side and there are facility sides. So you can balance it out, but it has to be intentional, and you have to take up the responsibility.
Thank you very much, Pastor Tuks, for honoring our invitation, and thank you for coming to give to us from your wealth of knowledge. We really appreciate this, and I'm sure the viewers too appreciate this. Okay? And so that's it for today on Race Corners Talk Show. Please, before you go, subscribe to this channel, click the notification button for you to get notified anytime we upload new videos. Like and share. You wouldn't know who you're helping with this video. I'll see you in the comment section to hear your thoughts, your comments, your opinions on support system. Thank you very much. My name is Adirayo Adeyemi, your family and marriage therapist. See you next week Thursday. Bye.